You are stronger than you think, and today you will realize that healing begins from within. Many people look outside for solutions, but the real power is hidden inside your own thoughts and emotions. The book, You Can Heal Yourself, takes us on this journey of inner healing. It explains how the mind and body are deeply connected, and how every thought we repeat shapes the way our body feels. Imagine your mind as a garden, and every belief you plant is a seed. If you plant fear and anger, you will grow pain and illness. But if you plant love and hope, you will grow health and peace. The author reminds us that negative thoughts are like old recordings playing again and again. They might say you are not good enough, not worthy, or unloved. Over time, these beliefs sit in the body and create tension. That tension slowly turns into illness and blocks natural healing. But no matter how long these thoughts have lived inside you, you can choose new ones today. You can speak kindly to yourself, forgive yourself, and release the old story that no longer serves you. Healing starts with awareness, and awareness begins when you notice your inner voice. If every day you repeat, "I am weak, I am unlucky," your body listens and follows. But if you say, "I am strong, I am healing, I am free," your body also begins to shift. The body does not argue with the mind, it simply obeys it. That is why guiding your thoughts is the first step in true recovery. We often forget how powerful simple affirmations can be. When you say, "I love and accept myself completely," it may feel false at first. But if you continue, the words touch the heart, and the heart begins to heal. Repetition builds new pathways, just like water carving a new stream in the earth. Old beliefs lose their strength, and fresh positive energy starts flowing. The journey of healing is not about fighting illness, it is about creating harmony. It is about releasing anger, guilt, and fear, and inviting love, trust, and forgiveness. Each time you choose love over fear, you move closer to health. Each time you forgive, your body relaxes and opens the door to recovery. Health is not just about medicine or diet. It is also about the thoughts you carry every single day. When you hold on to pain from the past, you let it hurt you again and again. But when you release it, you take your power back. Forgiveness is not for the one who hurt you. It is for your own freedom. It is saying, "I will no longer let this pain live in my body." As you release it, your energy becomes lighter, your breath becomes deeper, and balance returns. The message is simple. You are not helpless, you are not broken, and you are not trapped. You have the power to create new thoughts, and with them a new life. Healing is a journey of love, and it begins the moment you believe in yourself. In this book, the author explains that the words we speak to ourselves become instructions for the body. Every cell listens, every organ responds, and the energy of the body shifts according to our inner dialogue. If you fill your mind with fear, the body tightens and prepares for pain. If you fill it with peace, the body softens and begins to restore balance. Many of us do not realize how often we use harmful words about ourselves. We say, "I am tired, I am unlucky, I am sick," without knowing that these phrases sink deep into our system. The body holds on to these messages and expresses them through weakness and discomfort. But when you replace them with life-giving words, healing energy begins to flow. The author encourages us to practice affirmations daily, not once in a while. Just as the body needs food every day, the mind also needs positive nourishment. When you say, "I am worthy, I am healing, I am loved," your body begins to relax. It hears safety in your voice and opens up the natural process of repair. Healing is not instant, just as plants do not grow overnight. But with patience and repetition, new roots form, and your life starts to blossom in a new direction. Another key idea from this book is that illness is not punishment. It is often the body's way of asking for love, rest, and understanding. When you listen with compassion instead of anger, the body feels supported. When you blame and criticize it, the body feels more stress and closes itself further. This is why self-love is not selfish, it is essential. By caring for yourself with kindness, you create the conditions for natural recovery. The author explains that emotions like anger and resentment are heavy stones carried in the heart. The longer you hold them, the more pressure they create on the body. But when you release them, you feel lighter and your body begins to breathe again. Forgiveness becomes medicine, not just for the soul, but for the physical body too. You may wonder, how can simple thoughts and feelings change physical conditions? The answer is that the mind and body are not separate. They are one continuous system. Stressful thoughts release chemicals that weaken immunity and disturb the organs. Peaceful thoughts release energy that supports healing, strength, and balance. Every time you choose to think with love, you strengthen your body's natural defenses. Every time you think with fear, you weaken them without realizing it. That is why daily practice is important, even in small steps. A few minutes of positive affirmation can shift the energy of an entire day. The book reminds us that no matter how old the pain, change is always possible. You are never too late to begin, never too broken to heal, and never too weak to rise again. Healing is not about fighting yourself. It is about becoming your own best friend. It is about listening, caring, and gently guiding your body back into peace. The author explains that most pain is not only physical, but emotional memories living inside the body. Every experience we go through leaves an impression, and these impressions stay if we do not release them. When a child grows up hearing criticism, the body learns to shrink and feel unworthy. When a person carries guilt for years, the body stores that weight and slowly breaks down. These hidden emotions are like shadows that never leave until you face them with love. You cannot escape them by ignoring. You can only transform them by acceptance. The author reminds us that awareness is the first medicine. When you notice where the pain is connected to your thoughts, you begin to unlock freedom. For example, someone with a heavy heart may have carried grief for years. Someone with constant tension may have held fear for too long. By looking gently at these patterns, you discover that the body has been speaking all along. Illness becomes a message, not an enemy, guiding you to heal from within. This shift in perspective changes everything. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you begin to ask, "What is this teaching me?" That small change of question turns suffering into wisdom. It gives meaning to pain and opens the path of growth. The book encourages us to practice forgiveness toward ourselves first. Often the harshest voice we hear is our own, repeating every mistake we made. But when you tell yourself, "I did my best with what I knew then," you release the chains of guilt. You give yourself the chance to breathe again, to heal again, and to move forward. Forgiving yourself allows space for love to enter. And love is the strongest healer of all, more powerful than fear, doubt, or regret. The author shows that even physical recovery begins with emotional release. When the heart is lighter, the body can finally repair without resistance. This does not mean you deny your pain or pretend nothing happened. It means you look at it honestly, accept it, and then choose not to let it control your future. Every time you practice self-love, your body receives a signal of safety. Every time you hold anger, it receives a signal of danger. The choice is yours, moment by moment, to feed healing or to feed harm. And every small choice builds into the life you are living today. Healing is not an instant miracle, but a daily journey. Some days you may feel strong, other days weak, but every step counts. The book assures us that even when you fall back, you are still moving forward if you keep returning to love. Consistency is more important than perfection, and patience is the secret key. With each new day, you can choose again. You can choose a thought that gives peace instead of fear, love instead of anger, freedom instead of guilt. And with every choice, your body begins to listen, adjust, and heal. Health becomes a reflection of the love you allow yourself to feel. Many people wait for perfect conditions to feel happy or peaceful. But the truth is, peace begins the moment you stop fighting reality and start working with it. Acceptance does not mean you give up on change. It means you stop wasting energy on what you cannot control and invest it in what you can. This shift allows your mind to calm down and your body to relax. When the body is relaxed, it naturally begins to restore balance and strength. The author teaches that the breath is a doorway to healing. Each slow, gentle breath sends a signal of safety to the nervous system. When you breathe deeply, your body shifts from stress to rest, from fear to trust. This simple practice can open the flow of healing energy throughout your entire being. Often, people underestimate how powerful these small habits can be. But the book reminds us that consistency in simple acts creates the greatest transformation. A few moments of calm breathing each day can clear mental noise. It can soften the heart and give space for new positive thoughts to grow. The author also highlights the importance of gratitude in healing. When you focus only on what is missing, you strengthen feelings of lack and pain. But when you notice even the smallest blessings, your body responds with lightness. Gratitude shifts your attention from what is wrong to what is working. It creates an atmosphere of hope inside you, and hope itself becomes medicine. The more you practice gratitude, the more your body opens to healing. The book encourages writing down affirmations and repeating them with feeling. Saying words is one step, but feeling them in the heart makes them powerful. When you affirm, "I am worthy of love," let your body relax into those words. When you affirm, "I am healing now," breathe as if the healing is already happening. This combination of words, breath, and emotion creates deep change in the body. It aligns the mind and heart to send one clear message: I choose life. The author reminds us that you cannot always choose what happens, but you can choose how you respond. Your response is where your power lies, and your response shapes your health. Every moment is an opportunity to build harmony or to create more stress. Even small shifts in thought can begin a chain of healing throughout your system. You may not see results instantly, but like seeds in the soil, change is quietly growing. Trusting this process is part of the healing journey. Patience becomes a form of strength, reminding you that every positive choice adds up. Each thought of love, each breath of calm, each act of gratitude builds your future health. In this way, healing is not a single act, but a lifestyle of awareness and love. And the more you live this way, the more life reflects back peace, strength, and harmony. In this book, the author explains further that real healing is not about perfection, but about progress. It is not about never falling down, but about learning to rise with more strength each time. So many people punish themselves for not being perfect. They believe one mistake cancels all growth. But the truth is, every mistake teaches something valuable. The author reminds us that self-criticism is a heavy burden. When you constantly judge yourself, the body carries that pressure and grows weaker. But when you show yourself compassion, you give the body space to recover. Compassion acts like gentle sunlight, melting away the weight of harsh judgment. Healing begins when you say, "I am enough right now, as I am." From that place of acceptance, true change becomes possible. The book also speaks about the role of imagination in recovery. Your mind does not know the difference between a strong mental picture and reality. When you imagine yourself healthy, free, and full of energy, your body responds. It begins to align itself with the picture you hold most often. This is why visualization is such a powerful tool. If you continue to imagine only pain and fear, your body reflects it back. But if you hold an image of health, freedom, and joy, you create the path to live it. The body follows the blueprint you design in the mind. The author encourages daily practice of positive imagery. Just a few minutes of imagining yourself in perfect health can shift your entire mood. When the mood shifts, the chemistry of the body shifts as well. You release healing hormones, and your cells begin to work with greater energy. Healing is not only science, it is also art. It is the art of aligning thoughts, emotions, and imagination into one clear direction. When you practice this alignment, the body feels harmony instead of conflict. And harmony is the natural state in which healing flows. The book also warns against holding on to blame. Blame keeps you tied to the past and drains the power of the present moment. When you let go of blame, you claim back your freedom. You no longer give your energy to the person or event that hurt you. Instead, You turn your energy inward, using it to rebuild your strength. This shift alone can create deep emotional and physical recovery. The author reminds us that healing is a choice made daily. Each time you choose forgiveness, peace, or gratitude, you choose life. Every loving thought adds strength to your body. Every fearful thought takes it away. This simple truth gives you control over your journey. You may not change the past, but you can always change what you think now. And with every thought of love, you are planting seeds for a healthier tomorrow. Step by step, thought by thought, you are shaping your own healing path. In this book, the author now focuses on how forgiveness works as a bridge to real healing. She explains that holding on to anger or resentment only chains us to the past. When we refuse to forgive, we are carrying heavy baggage that keeps us stuck in pain. But when we let go, we open the doors to freedom and peace within. Forgiveness does not mean we excuse someone's actions or pretend they were right. It means we release ourselves from the grip of bitterness and allow healing to begin. The author points out that many people live with hidden grudges they never acknowledge. These unspoken feelings slowly create stress, tension, and even physical illness. When we choose to forgive, it is not a gift to the other person, but a gift to ourselves. It is the key that unlocks our hearts and lets us move forward with new energy. She reminds us that forgiveness is a process, not a single moment of decision. We may have to return again and again until the weight is fully lifted. One way to begin is by simply being willing to forgive, even if we are not ready yet. This small willingness starts to dissolve the resistance we carry inside. The author encourages readers to say affirmations like, "I am willing to release the past." Repeating such words gently guides the mind toward inner openness. She also shares that many illnesses heal once people release old resentments, because our bodies respond to the emotional environment we create within. When we are filled with love, peace, and acceptance, our body begins to relax. This relaxation allows energy to flow, which restores natural balance and strength. In contrast, anger and guilt create tension that blocks this flow of life energy. Over time, these blocks can turn into pain, disease, or emotional instability. By forgiving, we remove these blocks and invite health to return. We no longer fight against life, but align with its natural harmony. The author emphasizes that forgiveness starts with ourselves as well. We must release the guilt and shame we hold for our own mistakes. Many people speak harsh words to themselves daily, not realizing the harm it brings. But by forgiving ourselves, we create space for growth, compassion, and peace. She explains that self-forgiveness is the foundation of self-love. Without it, we keep repeating cycles of regret and self-punishment. When we finally say, "I forgive myself," a deep healing begins. It is like planting seeds of kindness that blossom into strength and joy. The book makes it clear that forgiveness and healing are deeply connected. When we forgive, we break old patterns and open the way for transformation. The author invites us to see forgiveness not as weakness but as true power. It is the strength to free ourselves from the past and live fully in the present. By choosing forgiveness, we are choosing life, health, and inner peace. And in this choice, we discover the real power of healing lies within us. As the book moves toward its conclusion, the author emphasizes the incredible power of love. She explains that love is not just an emotion, but the ultimate healing force in the universe. Every thought, every word, and every action that carries love brings life and balance. And when we live in love, our bodies, minds, and relationships begin to transform. The author reminds us that love starts within ourselves before it flows outward. If we cannot love and accept who we are, we struggle to truly love anyone else. She encourages us to stand before a mirror and say simple but powerful words. I love and approve of myself exactly as I am, right here and right now. At first, many people resist this exercise because it feels uncomfortable or false. But with practice, these words penetrate the heart and dissolve years of self-criticism. The mirror work becomes a tool to replace harsh inner voices with kindness. Slowly, the reflection changes, not in appearance, but in the energy we feel inside. The author highlights that love and gratitude are the two most healing vibrations. When we are grateful, we focus on abundance rather than lack, on blessings rather than pain. She encourages readers to make gratitude a daily habit, even for small things. This shift creates a mindset that attracts more harmony, joy, and opportunities. Love and gratitude together create a foundation for a fulfilling and peaceful life. They remind us that we are always supported by the universe in more ways than we realize. The book also stresses the importance of living in the present moment. Clinging to the past or worrying about the future only steals our energy today. When we choose to stay present, even in small moments, healing naturally unfolds. Because in the now, we are safe, alive, and fully connected to life itself. The author assures us that healing is never about perfection or rushing the process. It is about gentle progress, one thought, one word, one choice at a time. We are reminded that mistakes and setbacks are not failures but lessons. Each step, even the difficult ones, carries wisdom that helps us grow stronger. By embracing love, forgiveness, and positive affirmations, we reshape our reality. We stop being victims of life and become creators of health, peace, and happiness. The author closes with the message that true healing comes when we realize our worth. We are deserving of love, deserving of joy, and deserving of complete healing. Every time we choose loving thoughts, we are rewriting our inner story. And with each new story, our outer life reflects that inner transformation. This book is not just about theory, but about living a new way of being. A way where love, gratitude, and self-acceptance guide every step of our journey. The author invites us to remember that the power to heal has always been within us.